Hi, this is Jason Palmisano, founder and CEO of Trinity Fitness. I'm here with Haley Mason, who's a co-facility director at Trinity Fitness Ponte Vedra. And the question is simply this: how do we overcome loss? Specifically, loss of a loved one. And Haley, I wanted to talk to you about this because a little over a year ago, you lost your best friend, who you called your mom.
Yeah.
First of all, how are you doing with that?
Honestly, there's ups and downs, and everyone goes through grieving process. Everyone, you've heard it, you've read it. Everyone goes through grieving processes differently, and I'm still grieving. I mean, it was abrupt. I was with her 2 days prior. We were having a great time. We watched the sunset together, and then 2 days later, I got a call that mom collapsed and she passed. So, grieving. I am still grieving, but with my head high.
Wow. 1 month or 1 year, 1 month ago was when that happened.
Yep.
She was your best friend, so there's a void in your life.
Yeah.
How do you overcome that loss? What advice would you give to somebody in overcoming loss like that?
Man, there is only one way, and it's through Jesus Christ. And that is not just a gimmick. It is the only way that I have this vacuum inside of me that is mom-sized and best friend-sized. And He is the only God and person, Jesus Christ, that can fill that hole. It's only through Him. It really is. He gives me hope for a better tomorrow.
Yeah.
He gives me hope to fill that mom-sized hole and that best friend hole.
Yeah.
It's only through Him.
You know, and with you, I can tell very quickly that your faith is real. It's one thing to say, yeah, I believe, or yeah, I go to church, and that might be a superficial belief, but when the proverbial, you know what, hits the fan in life, you can't fall back on superficial faith. There's nothing there. There's no spiritual leg to stand on.
That's right.
So how has this situation with your mom, that loss, how has that changed, shaped, deepened your faith?
In more ways than I can count. I thought that when I first moved to Florida that was my unchangeable dynamic toward Christ. But in fact, it was just the precursor for what God already knew. This was not a surprise that my mother was going to pass away to God. He knew. He ordained it. He knew it was going to happen. So when it happened to us, it was this unsteady, unfamiliar territory, yet Jesus was the constant. I had already gone through what I thought was the end of, I didn't want to live anymore. But 3.5 years later, as I grew with my relationship with Christ and my mom passed, God was unshaken. I may have been, but because He was my foundation, it strengthened me.
Yeah.
It gave me more fire to tell more people about the hope of Jesus Christ. It's the only way.
Yeah.
He's the only way.
Yeah.
And so it gets emotional because I'm happy.
Yeah.
I get to see my mom again.
Right,
I get to see her again because of Jesus Christ.
Right, right.
That's why.
I like the two words you use. Jesus is a constant. Jesus is the foundation. And that's exactly right. And without that, Jesus is real.
Yes.
He's alive today every bit as much as He was 2,000 years ago. The Word of God is living and active, and it really is a constant and a foundation.
Yeah.
And without that, we have nothing to build our life off of, because the storms will come. I like to tell people, you're either going through a storm, you just came out of a storm, or buckle up, Buttercup, you're getting ready to go right through another storm. It's just life. That's life. But Jesus is the rock and the foundation that holds us steady through the storms. So thank you so much for being bold and courageous to share that with us.
Yeah.
God bless.